this year we have okay to apply and Chief Scouts Command. Sydney Alfred Malo, who is also honored in the National Memorial
here, and I think the Chief Scout is extremely...
The President of the Fiji Scouts Association, Mr. Bainan. Sir. The Vice President of the Fiji Scouts Association, Mr. Parame Radaka. The Chief Commissioner of the Fiji Scouts Association, Mr. John Naisau. The National Executive Commissioner of the Fiji Scouts Association, Mr. Jioji Ngarniwalu, and the Fiji Scouts Commissioners, leaders, and stakeholders, and members of our sister association, the Girl Guides Association of Fiji. And I notice in the audience, or in the forum, the presence of the Honorable Dr. Bridgelal, senior officials, members of the Scouts Association, Nisambul Vinaka, Namaste, Assalamu Alaikum, Ni Hao. I'm and a very good morning to you all. I'm deeply honored to welcome all of you, all the Scout Commission and Council members, to the 2019 Fiji Scouts Annual General Meeting this morning. Now, this being my fourth meeting as your Chief Scout, it gives me great pleasure to be present and to get to meet all of you, as is the normal tradition. I look forward to that during the tea break, I hope. Now, at the outset, I wish to sincerely thank you for your sacrifices and commitment to your work with the youths of this country in helping them become better citizens and good leaders in future. Now, in the spirit of the Scout promise and commitment, which is to continue to work towards achieving our organization's goals of trust, discipline, and brotherhood, I encourage you all to persevere with our pledge of service. Now, your daily exhibition of virtuous deeds will improve all the lives of those around you. Therefore, I would also like to urge you all to continue to share these honorable characteristics with our fellow Scouts and members of your respective communities. Now, at this point in time, I invite you to join me in honoring the memory of our Scout members, brothers and sisters who have passed on from this life. We acknowledge and appreciate their contributions to the Scouts Association and extend our sincerest condolences and heartfelt gratitude to their respective families. In honoring their memories, let us rise, please, to observe a moment of silence. Now, at this junction, I would like to once again commend and congratulate you all for your untiring work and dedication in promoting and maintaining the Scout Association's motto and ethos in this past year. Now, 2018 required much rehabilitation efforts to bring normalcy to many Fijians in the Western Division in particular, who were affected by the destruction wreaked by Tropical Cyclone Jioji and the numerous flash floods that occurred in several townships in the division. Now, it pleases me to note the contributions of the Scout Association to the rehabilitation efforts spearheaded by government. Now, the assistance of those who were involved in collecting and distributing food items, clothing materials, and school materials to families and individuals who were affected by these natural disasters were most commendable and indeed equally appreciated. Now, climate change is a real threat to society today, and its consequences can be felt around the world and in our very own beloved nation, and in particular this region. Now, with heavy rains come flooding, and high tidal surges in the sea raises river levels, which was witnessed during this Easter weekend in our country. As we speak, the rain is still falling. Some of the roads are still inundated, some of the bridges are still closed. Now, these have caused a lot of damages to the roads and bridges, and at the same time, put a lot of lives of our communities in danger. Now, the adverse impacts of climate change should motivate the Fiji Scouts Association to be more effective in our endeavors to assist our fellow citizens, to lend a helping hand, and to go forth and serve with sincerity as and when required. Now, it would be remiss of me not to acknowledge the funding donations from our kind donors through the Messengers of Peace program, as their contributions allowed us to strengthen our capacity as a national association, allowing us to share the efforts and contributions of our Scout experience in order to inspire others to action. Now, this act of comradeship is an inspirational and distinct feature of the World Brotherhood of Scouting, and not forgetting the Girl Guides Association, which we should be rightly proud of. Now, may I remind you once again of the purpose of our organization, which is to contribute to the development of our young people. Our efforts must aim to ensure that the young people we interact with are inspired to learn, to share their talents and abilities with those who are less fortunate, and we must instill in these young people the passion to share their experiences positively with other young people and spread the Scout spirit and the message of peace and strive to be responsible citizens at the same time. Now, these are noble aims, and we are here today to reflect on how far we have come as an organization and to look to the future with the intention to create a better world. Thank you for reminding us about the 100 or so years since the association was formed or established here in Fiji. It's been a long time. You and I are fortunate to continue on the legacy of those who have gone before us. Let's continue the good work. Now, we hear and watch daily news on reports of juvenile delinquents attacking, burglarizing, and disrupting the peace in their communities. Now, these social ills have become rampant because of so many reasons, one of which is idleness. The idleness, when coupled with a lack of motivation, mental stimulation, and proper guidance from parents and adults, create the unnecessary focus of energy and time to activities that are not socially acceptable. And you know what I'm talking about. All citizens are responsible in addressing these social ills, and the Scouting Association in particular plays a very important and pivotal role as outlined in its purpose, the ability and resources to address this matter of juvenile delinquency. Furthermore, Scouting programs foster friendship, teamwork, tolerance, understanding, and perseverance to those around you. It's a vital force in the lives of young men and women, and the program they participate in allows them to develop holistically into better citizens. Now, most importantly, the activities conducted by the Scouts Association are engaging and rewarding to the Scouts who participate in them, and I hope you enjoy your work. You're passionate about it, because you are doing our communities a great service. Additionally, I encourage all Scouts in Fiji to join me in promoting a fit and healthy nation by eating more locally produced fresh foods and exercising daily, including doing some farming and gardening. I'm speaking to you in my capacity as Fiji's chief advocate in the fight against NCDs and in promoting government's wellness program. And for your information, early tomorrow morning I'll be leaving for Taua to help promote and launch government's backyard farming. I love farming. Now, hopefully next year when you come down at that stage, and let me remind you, I'm sorry we can't have this meeting at the State House, as is a normal practice. Now, the State House is still being renovated. It's taken them about 2 years to get the job done. So hopefully this time next year we'll have the meeting at the State House. And then I can take you down and show you my cabbage plantation and my tapioca patch. Kemuni. Now, not only that, but our nation spends a considerable amount of money in the treatment of NCD-related ailments. And for your information, just off the top of my head, I think over the last couple of years, government has spent more than $400 million annually to treat people who are sick with NCD-related ailments. Now, I'm stating the obvious here. Now, with a fit and healthy nation, we reduce the unacceptably high rate of deaths caused by NCDs like diabetes and heart attacks, hypertension, you name it. Now, sadly, it has caused the death of more than 80% of our population over the last couple of years. And now these are those who are below the age of 70. Now, these medical bills are potential funds or source of money that could be better utilized for other purposes, for example, improving education and helping organizations like the Scouts Association and the Girl Guides. Now, as Scouts, I ask that we lead by example. That's very important. I'm a soldier. I'm a military commander, so I used to ask my officers and my men, you set the example. Our job is to inspire young people in our nation to be better leaders of our future communities. Now, once again, acknowledge your individual and collective voluntary efforts in providing valuable services to the community and the youth of Fiji. Thank you. I sincerely hope that our joint efforts will contribute to the positive progress of our nation. We've come a long way. I believe we're heading in the right direction. And we all need to work together. And I have much pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Scouts, Girl Guides, in declaring this annual general meeting for this year officially open. May Almighty God continue to bless you all in our beloved nation, Fiji. Navalevu, Dhanyavad, Sukriya, Shishe, Fayaksha, and thank you.
Other matters are dealt on with Saturday's voluntary service of those who started this movement. It's working for them. They're paid by the Scouts.
Yes, Zula.